Hey there, YouTubers. Me again. Who else would it be, right? You tune into my channel, right? If you've never met me before, this is the main reason why I started this channel. To work on hot rods. And for those who are not following the channel, you should be. This is a 350 out of an 84 Corvette. And we're about to make some modifications on it. We got it running in the last video, and I'll make sure that is connected so you can just click on that to go to that video first if you want to. We got this thing running, and now it's time to start making it cool, because it's a small block Chevy, right? Small block Chevys, no offense, maybe the best engine ever made as far as reliability goes, but well, not counting diesels, because I've got a Cummins that's just takes a licking and keeps on ticking. But probably the easiest engine to swap out. They make kits to put these in almost everything in the entire world. I've even stuck these into all kinds of cars. I put big block Chevys in BMWs, and you know, I've seen all sorts of swaps actually, but it is probably the most swapped engine in the world. Now it's the LT, right? Everybody's making LT swaps now. But this was back in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. This was the go-to for an engine swap. And so this is, once again, following the old school methodology. This is also going into an engine swap. This is not going into a Corvette. It is not even going into a Chevrolet. So, there we go. So it is going to be another old school swap. So if you like old school stuff, you'll like this channel. I am not a newfangled car guy. So if you want to watch fuel injection swaps, although I do have some of those coming in the future, really pretty much I'm old school. So if you like old school, you like old school hot rods, you'll like this channel. Anyway, enough of that hoopla. This is going to be removed. I'm taking all this. I mean, although these twin crossfire injectors were kind of cool, this particular setup is seized up, junked up, and not functioning. I did have a good one on my personal Corvette, on my 84 that I drive, but it proved to be problematic and I removed it. So that's a whole other video. You'll have to look for that one on the channel. I'll put it in the playlist. How's that? But anyway, so this intake is coming off, and I think you're going to really like my choice in what's going back on it. I was originally, and y'all can chastise me once you watch this video if you think what I'm doing to it is not as good of an idea as what I had planned in the past. My plan in the past was to put a single 4-barrel intake on this with a nitrous plate. Okay? This next swap, I guess, I changed my mind on that. I had a friend come to me with a very nostalgic intake, and I decided I liked it better. Not proper. It's a single plane, right? Don't put single planes on the street. It's just not, because they work. If you don't know anything about intakes, single plane intakes, they don't really wake up until the RPMs are a little higher. Dual plane intakes are made for more low range to mid range, which for the street is kind of what you want, right? So I'm not really doing the right thing. I could still put nitrous on it if I wanted to, but you'll find out why that is not. It's going to be on hold anyway, for a little while anyway, until we see how things go. It may still happen, but you'll see why I've kind of changed my mind on the nitrous plate. But it may come back into play later. I've got enough projects, enough engines where that nitrous kit won't go to waste. Anyhow, so that's what this video is going to be. I'm changing out this intake. I'm getting rid of all this caca on the front, getting rid of the water pump's got to be changed because it originally turned backwards on the back side of the belt, and so while it's still a good water pump for my application, it's going to be going the other way, and to make it work right. The air conditioner's coming off, this idler pulley's coming off. I will save this stuff because I've got an 84 Corvette, and all of this will fit that. So if my air conditioner pump goes out, I've got one. If my idler pulley dies, which actually I think it is, this one don't sound too good either though, but I can always use this one. Water pump's still good. I can put that on my car if I needed to. So, you know, it's got some good stuff, okay? This is hiding the good stuff. I do want to use this particular setup, this hypercoil or whatever they call it, Mallory good stuff. Or is it Axel? I don't know. It's red. I figured it was Mallory. It might be Axel. I don't know. But anyway, a friend of mine, I got that from a friend of mine because he doesn't even own a Chevrolet. So all this is coming off these valve covers. I've got another treat on it too. I'm doing some really oddball, off the wall, but I think is cool stuff. And I've got a little surprise going on these valve covers too. I might go ahead and reveal that surprise today, but it's going to take some time before I actually make it happen. And it's going to actually be in the car before I can actually make it happen properly, if I can even make it happen. But we're going to do our best. And I'll show you what I'm talking about later. But you know, these valve covers, that's a big goofy cover. These valve covers are going to do their job, hopefully. They're kind of cool. I may replace them with something different because you'll see why. But anyway, I'm chit-chatting, I am going to try to preserve these exhaust manifolds. I've got headers, but I'm going to try to preserve these because they're basically like shorties anyway. And this engine was designed with this exhaust system, and it flows pretty good, so there's no reason to change it. I'm going to get rid of all this modern hoopla. We're going to go back to the basics, and I'm going back further than you think. I'm actually going back to like 60s and early 70s technology on this thing. You'll be like, wow, okay. So if you like old school, that's where we're going. We're going to start by blowing all the crap off of this because I'm not pulling this intake with all this squirrel nuts and stuff in here. So that's where we're going to start. So let's get started. This actually looks a heap better now that I got all the crap out of there. These look rough. I've got a set of good working ones. I really like the Crossfire design. And honestly, we're not going to stray too far from that. But like I said, we're going back to the 1960s, 1970s. But you'll see. Just hang in there. Since the intake is going bye-bye, we need to mark. We don't have to. We can always put the distributor in the way we did it when we got it running. Is just bring it up to number 1, set it, and put it in. But I kind of want to get it. Well, I guess I could do the same thing. But before I take this out, I'm just going to save myself some effort. I'm going to go ahead and point the rotor. I'm going to open this up, see where the rotor is pointing, make a mark on the distributor, make a mark on the engine. Distributor. I've got a brand new distributor, and I haven't decided if I'm going to use it or this one. I know this one works, so I'm probably going to use this one. And this is the one that came with this engine. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this cap off and make a mark right where the rotor is pointing, and then I'm going to make a mark on that engine block. I debated with myself whether to do that or not, but it's just so much easier. I just line up the marks and we're close, right? Okay, so let's pull this cap off of here. Dangle. Okay. Oh, that's perfect because it's going to be right here, and then I can make my mark on the block in the same place. Let me get a little sandpaper, clean that block off. Make my mark here Make my mark there. That'll be easy. That was just a gift right there. Just going to take my paint marker. I'm going to make a mark here. Oh, if it'll write. Here we go. See, I'm probably going to have to make a mark with black on that one. And I'm going to make a mark here. All the way to here. Alright? So I'm going to get a black and put it on this because that doesn't show very well. Ooh la! That was fast, right? There we go. So there, there, and there. Alright, and that's going to be all, line all those up. Now I'm getting ready to, try that in English, degrease the engine. I may lose some of this. I'm going to put my cap back on to protect this, degrease it, and if I have to, I'll redo my marks. I have a tendency to get ahead of myself. I'm going to take all this crap. I'm not taking the intake off yet. But I'm going to take all this other crap off of here so that I can get at the engine to degrease it. Then I'm going to degrease it.
Just happened. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. My neighbors compete to see who can put up more blinding lights. The kids all wish away the month 'cause they want presents inside. This year had me so mad. I've been bad, got cold that is sitting under my tree. I think that my Christmas has died. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This
the distributor is jammed up in here, so we are going to have to manhandle it out. Check out this unique design to increase flow. From what I understand, these little inserts are supposed to speed the flow up. So essentially these are two one barrel throttle bodies. But because of this little propeller thing, it's supposed to speed the flow of the air and fuel up, and it's supposed to mix it better for better performance. But I'm going to show you something about this intake that's going to blow your mind. You got to take this plate off in order to get this off of here. So I'm going to zing that off of here, take this plate off, and then we're going to take the rest of these out, get this intake off of here. Now, I promised to show you something that'll blow your mind. Look at the size of the port. This is the size of the port in the head. See the black? That's the size of the port in the head. This is the size of the port on this intake. Look at all that flow that we're not getting. This, I think, design was supposed to raise the runners, and then them propeller things are supposed to speed up the charge. But I'm going to tell you right now, I put a 4-barrel, regular 4-barrel with these wide open on my Corvette, and it increased performance. So, this technology, junk. lay a rag down in the belly. This thing is squeaky clean on the inside. So this engine, I'm so far very pleased. I'm going to put this rag down in here so when I pull these gaskets off it doesn't pollute the inside of this engine. And this gasket is not in good shape. This is they use this gasket to its bitter end. It was, wow. This gasket is just like, you can't get it any worse than this. I mean, it's crispy critter. Man, oh man. I'm not even getting the gasket off. Good heavens to Murgatroyd, Batman. This engine, I think, has never been apart, at least this intake. Because this is really, really on there. Oh, there we go. Wow. Whew, left half the gasket behind. That came off pretty decent. It's going to take some locomotion to get all this. Ooh, that's not good. We don't want it to go in there. Wow. Well, you can't say nothing bad about that gasket. It's on there. So now I'm just going to spend a whole bunch of time trying to get all this off of here. So I'll spare you the 15, 20, 30 minutes it's going to take me. Even in fast forward, this would be boring. So we're going to go ahead and let this go. And I'll come back to you when I start doing the automated stuff. 3M Scotch-Rite pad. This will take down just about anything. We want this all nice, shiny, brand new, metal looking stuff. Now for what has actually gotten passed, we're going to vacuum it out with the old shop vac. Look at how clean that valley is. I'm going to pull these valve covers off probably tomorrow. We'll see how clean it is under there. I'm going to guess it's going to be just as clean as this. I'm going to run my hand in here, try to get rid of any grit, because you believe it or not, your hand will pick up more grit than anything else, believe it or not. It's your hands are, I don't know if it's the oils or what, but they will take dirt right off of the metal surface and stick it right to your hand. So it's always a good idea to take your hand and feel around in there and see if you can find any grit and just pull it out with your hand. It is colder than Rudolph's nose outside right now. And so, I've got this manifold roasting by a non-open fire to get it warmed up because I need to paint it because it's a little ugly. So this is the only way I could come up with getting it nice and warm. I've got a little radiator going on in the shop, and hopefully that'll warm up to a nice toasty 40 degrees, and this manifold will stay warm enough to throw a little paint on it, which we're about to go do right now. Well, here it is. This used to be my carburetor rebuilding room, and it is now just a carburetor graveyard. And as you can see, it's very little, very small. And transmission information. But basically it's just a place for dead carburetors. But, aha, it has a radiator. So, it is, I wouldn't say warm in here, but it is insulated and pretty well lit. So we're going to put that intake right here, and we're going to paint it. I don't even have enough room in here. It's literally 4 foot by 5 foot. So I've barely got room to put the intake, so the camera angle may not be ideal. The camera is literally, you know, let's see, my arm's length away from this because there's just no room in here. It's very little. I would sit on this stool and work off of this little bench here and rebuild carburetors. And that's all I would do in this room. And I needed it warm to do so. But I have not really been doing carburetors for people anymore, so I've stopped doing that. So now is a small item paint room. This intake is actually a little on the hot side because it was next to that fireplace all night, and so it's actually very warm to the touch. It's actually burning my hand a little tiny bit as I was carrying it out here. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine because it's pretty warm in this little room as well. So with the metal being warm, the room being warm, of course this solvent that I'm cleaning this with is not warm. It's like ice cold, so that's going to cool things down a little bit. But I haven't decided if I'm going to tip this thing upside down to get in all the nooks and crannies, or I haven't really decided yet. I'm going to have to spin it around, so you're going to get some bad angles here and there, I think, while we're shooting here. And I apologize for that, but it's the best I can do in a 4-foot room, you know what I mean? At least I have a 4-foot room to put heat in. I'd like to heat the whole shop, but as of right now, I do this temporarily. Well, not temporarily. I do this part-time after work and or on the weekends. And it's really just not worth the expense to heat an entire 2,000 square foot shop, which is approximately what this shop is, I think. getting late. Daylight's gone. Got to get in the house, clean up, eat dinner, come back at this another day, which is hopefully going to be tomorrow. But if not, it'll be next week. But to you, it'll just be a few minutes. But to give you a little teaser in the realm of what's about to happen, this is where we're going with this. Okay? But we are not there yet. I think that's where it's going to go, right there. That looks correct. We're going to have gaskets. It's going to raise it up a little. Now, that's exciting enough, right? Wait, there's more. You might think I'm crazy, but this is my plan. Now I'm going to do some modifications here to make all this work together. But here's where it's going to be at. This is my goal. This is what I'm trying to put together and build. Got a few issues. These they barely fit. I think with the gasket I might be good on these, but I've got a little bit of a gap. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that up. We may have to do a little notching and a little bit of cutting and a little bit of grinding. Definitely going to have to nib these off of here, at least on the center. But I think we can make it work. To get oil in it, I'm going to have to put one of these old-fashioned oil doohickeys in there, and I've got one of those. So I think, which I try not to do too often because it hurts, I think we can make this happen. And, you know, out here it looks a little weird because you can see the exhaust under here and stuff like that. But in the car, it's just going to fill the engine bay, and I've got some cool breathers going on here too. So I think once it's in the car, this thing is going to be like blow your socks off, looks-wise. Not going to be fast, but it's going to be definitely cool. I do have a nitrous kit. I'd have to buy another plate and a splitter if I wanted to put nitrous on it, and that would almost make it as fast as what it looks like. So there you go. That's just a little teaser. I do plan on working on this some more tomorrow. Maybe start working some of these quirks out. I do want to pull the valve covers. We're going to start putting new gaskets on everything. But we got to do the oil pan too. I just wanted to give you a little teaser of the end goal here. So gander at that. Get excited. And tomorrow, if I can get out here, hopefully I will, we'll start. We'll get all the new gaskets in here. The intake is going to have to, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. And I cannot, this is going to be, I really can't mount the intake just yet. I'm going to have to put this engine together. I might throw the single 4-barrel on there for now, just because, to take up some space. Just to get it in the car, because I can't put these on until I know how it's going to fit in the car. Because it's not a very big car. You still don't know what it's going to be in. So stand with me. Yeah, let's try that in English. Hang with me. Tomorrow, hopefully, I will either do more, which is what I'm hoping for, or we're going to call this a video, and you'll have to wait till the next week to see this start to take form. And, oh, there's a little bit of dirt on there. But this is my end goal. How many of you have real lives? Yep, I'd be one of those. As much as I love building hot rods, as you can probably tell by my last few videos, and it's going to be iffy if I show this video before my bathroom renovation video, which was because my toilet was leaking and destroyed the floor. Yay. So I made this video, and I said I was going to come back today and finish it up. Yeah. Well, it's today. Or yesterday. It's yesterday today. Right? Yes. The day after yesterday. Tomorrow? Today's tomorrow. Yeah. Well, anyway. But guess what? I'm going to have to end the video here. Reason being, well, of course, I can maybe wait till next week and hopefully get to work on it next week. But, got up this morning and toilets won't flush. It's been raining, and we have cesspools, and they fill up in the rain sometimes. And it gets up over the top of the pipe, and then the toilets don't flush. Yay! So, we have to have the poo-poo sucker guy come out here and suck some poop. So, I don't know what the proper term for a poop sucker is, but I like septic cleaner, septic system sucker guy, whatever. But we got to call him out, and I've got a bunch of car parts. Can you believe that? I have a bunch of car parts sitting on top of where my cesspool is. So, and it's raining, and it's windy. Yay. So I'm going to have to do that today. So this giant of a project, which I'm still not sure how you all are going to feel about it. You can feel free to comment. I'm going to do it anyway, if I can make it happen. I'm going to try. This is going in, I guess I'm going to go ahead and reveal it now so you can kind of get the mystery. It's going to go in my Gremlin. So I don't know if there's going to be enough room for all of this, but I'm hoping. Okay, we may have to modify some things and may have to make, use custom by hammer kind of things going on. Maybe do a little cutting and grinding, and I'm not sure. I know for a fact I'm going to have to cut these little tabs off of here. But, it's just a matter of, it's just for cool. This car is just a driver, but I figured I'd make it really cool with all this impractical crap. So let me know what you think. Do you guys like, what do they call them? Clones? Not really clones. It's more like illusions. Do you like, I saw this at a car show, not quite this setup, but I saw a guy with a big block Chevy valve covers with holes drilled in them and made it look like a Hemi. And I'm like, wait, those are big block Chevy valve covers. These are actually Hemi valve covers. But I thought it was cool. And I said, I'm going to take that one step further, and I don't want people going, like if I go to a car show, AMC is now Mopar's redheaded stepchild. And I don't want to go to a Mopar show and they go, it's got a Chevy engine, right? Because people are going to do that. People got opinions on everything. And you know what? This is my car. So, I don't care. But I would like to hear what my viewers think of my mystery engine, what do you call it when it's FAUX, what is it? Faux. F-A-U-X, Faux? Faux fur, right? So this is a Faux Hemi. It's not going to act like a Hemi. It's going to kind of look like a Hemi, as best I can disguise it. We're going to have to do a little bit around filling in the gaps here and there and making it look legitimate. But let me know what you think about Faux engines. Disguising your engine as something it's not. Like my C4 actually has a 427 air cleaner on it. Only because it was a cool looking air cleaner. I don't tell anybody it's 427. It's just there. I think it would look cool. Same with this. Ain't gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna tell people it's a Hemi. It's just for aesthetic purposes, make it look cool. So you let me know if you think it looks cool. It's probably not going to perform as well. In fact, it definitely is not going to perform as well with all this carburation and no nitrous as it would have with a single 4-barrel and a shot of nitrous. But honestly, how much power can that Gremlin handle anyway without crashing, right? The car is scary at 70 miles an hour. But now if I upgrade the suspension, yeah, I can do a bunch of work to it, but it's a driver. I just want to drive it. So I thought this would look really cool under the hood. It's just a good running engine. You heard it run in one of the last videos. And I guess I'm going to have to end it here because I got to go uncover my cesspool. So much fun. Life happens, folks, and I'm sure a lot of you out there have lives too where your hot rod has to take a back seat to cesspools and rotted floors and broken down daily drivers and stranded wives, flat tires, whatever else people endure on a daily basis. Cutting wood, chopping trees, falling trees, storms that take off your gutters, whatever. There's always something. So if you have a regular life like I do, and turmoil and life happens kind of stuff keeps you from working on your hot rod, hey, I feel your pain. But it's nice when I can get out here and work on them, and I hope you enjoy these videos. Then when we do get to work on hot rods, I'm not going to film the turd sucker. Sorry, just not going to. But you can watch my rotted bathroom floor video and watch a car guy try to fix a floor. That's, yep, worst video ever. Anyhow, thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, each and every one, yeah, something like that. I appreciate y'all. How's that? So, please subscribe if you don't mind. Hit the like button. Hit the little bell because that'll tell you next time I put out a video. It's good having y'all watch. See ya!